Hey friend, what's up? It's me, Devin Marvell, back again with another video. Make sure that you guys start this video up by hitting that thumbs up button for me, and I hope by the time that we get to the end of this journey, you guys all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Alright, so today we are talking about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 4, Episode 9, which is titled Intervention. Did you guys used to watch Intervention? That used to be my show. It's actually on Hulu for all my little Intervention fans. Like, it would just be so crazy, like, to think that, like, this is the real lives of people, and anybody who is like me, who has somebody close to them that, you know, has been on drugs, like, you can relate sometimes, or, you know, even if you dealt with, like, alcoholic or something I've also dealt with, then you can kind of understand. But, oof, we're supposed to be talking about Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. What am I doing? Let me try to stay on topic here. We left off last week with Tiara going up to the party, well, what she thought was a surprise party for Moniece. She walks up to this big mansion, and mind you, it's like in the middle of the day. She's a little suspicious as she's walking up. She's like, okay, there ain't no music, there ain't no cars out here, what's going on? But she goes in anyway. AD opens up the door for her, and Tiara walks in, and there's this white lady that she's never seen before in her life trying to talk to her, and she's like, okay, yeah, that's good, all right, nice to meet you, okay, don't know who you are. And then the lady finally is like, your friends want me to talk to you about your drinking. And Tiara's like, oh, really? Okay, all right, we can talk about my drink. Get out of here. As she goes and she sees who's all, you know, in the living room, everybody's sitting around waiting on her. It was Ms.Nikki, baby, Moniece, Lil Fizz, and AD and Nia. So they're all sitting around, you know, with their papers ready to tell Tiara how much they love her and how much they just want her to stop drinking, and if she doesn't go to this program, they can't be friends anymore. Y'all know how that goes. So at first, of course, Tiara is not having this, so she's like, you know what, I'm out, bye y'all, and she dips out, and she gets in her car. At first, you know, I thought maybe she was gonna beat up the driver because she was, you know, beating on that car. I could tell that she wanted to snap, and I feel like if this was Tiara a couple years ago, maybe even a few months ago, like, she would have snapped on the driver and just busted that window with her clutch. But she didn't do that, so she kept it cute. She finally got in the car. Moniece comes out and she's trying to talk to her, and Tiara's really not trying to have any of that. She's like, you know, what about your problems? And Moniece is like, yeah, you know, I got my problems with my family and I deal with my depression, but, you know, this is about you. This is about you right now. Then we meet Treva Williams, who is a producer on the show, and she's trying to talk to Tiara and get her to come back inside. And Tiara, you know, she kind of has this little breakdown moment where she's like, you guys are ruining my career. Like, she said, I'm afraid to put out my music now. And they're like, don't be afraid, you know, we just wanted to see you win. And she's like, no, you don't. And they're like, yes, we do. So that was, you know, a really touching moment to see the producer get in front of the camera and show that, like, because this show gets a lot of flack for just kind of saying that they give a bad name to black people and they just, you know, make black people look bad. But I really do feel like Mona Scott Young and her people, I really do feel like they care about the people on the cast. And, you know, if you're good to mama, mama's good to you, okay? Am I right? So Tiara eventually decides she's gonna come back inside, but she says only on the condition that Lil Fizz and Nia leave, because she was like, they don't call me, they don't check up on me, like, we're not really cool like that for them to even be here. So they're like, okay, we'll get rid of them, you know. So Tiara decides that she's gonna come back inside. She comes back inside, and she's still a little salty towards the situation, you know, of course. So she sits there, she's got her arms crossed, you know. The interventionist is like, okay, Moniece, you know, she's prepared a letter for you. Do you want to go ahead and read your letter, Moniece? And Tiara's like, I don't want to hear no damn letter. So Moniece is like, all right, fine. I'll just go ahead and freestyle this for you. Tiara, you know that I love you. And Tiara's like, And Moniece she just starts to get choked up. We know that this is something that hits close to home for her, and I really genuinely do believe that Moniece has Tiara's best interest at heart. I was questioning it, but I really do feel like she truly loves Tiara. Moniece starts crying. She can't really finish, you know, what she wants to say. So then I think AD started reading her letter off to Tiara and telling Tiara how much she cares about her, and Tiara's still skeptical about this whole thing. Now, I got the vibe from Tiara that, like, these people don't keep enough in touch with her. They don't really check on her like that. So I feel like she felt ambushed. Like, okay, so y'all don't ever really check on me. Y'all don't, you know, really care about me any other time. But now these cameras start rolling, and y'all, I think she really felt set up. Shout out to Moniece for being open and honest with us about her depression and how her struggle with depression affects her relationship with her child. Since season 1, people have been saying you're a bad mom, you're a bad mom, you're a bad mom, and we haven't really known like why people say that. And even in this season, if you remember Lil Fizz, when he was talking to AD, he's like, you know, you've helped her relationship with Cam, and you know, it's just something that they kind of like really been driving at, is that her relationship is a little shaky with her son. But I do believe that she is a good mother, and I think it was just amazing for her to just own up and admit, like, my depression, it affects my relationship with my son, because there's some days I just can't even get out of bed to even deal with him. And I'm like, that is real. So shout out to Moniece for sharing that with us. So the interventionist offers Tiara 90 days in a treatment center to get her drinking under control, and Tara's like, yeah, no. She's like, I don't have 90 days, you know. Well, they were like, well, you could do 30, and she's like, man, I don't know. But she eventually agrees to go ahead and do the 30 days. The interventionist is like, well, you can have somebody go with you, and she's like, I wish I could have my mom go with me. Can't do that. And then we find out later on that her mother's been sick, and that's something that's like been contributing to her drinking. And she like eventually she finally came around and was like, you know, for the past like 3 or 4 years, I've really been depending on alcohol because of my mom's sickness and, you know, my career being at a standstill. So Tiara agrees to go off and go get help. Then we see Tiara later on, she is packing up. Treva and Moniece are there helping her pack her things so she go off to the treatment center. Moniece is gonna watch her dog, and it was just that whole moment. I was like, it's so rare for us to see like real, just genuine moments on Love and Hip Hop. I don't think because the show is fake, you know. I mean, of course, you know, there's some things that are set up. Just because people are so busy putting on, they just want to put on and put on and put on for the cameras, so we don't really see real moments because people don't want to be vulnerable. So it was really dope that we got to see this real vulnerable moment with Tiara Marie. I'm glad that she finally admitted that maybe she has a little problem. She said, I mean, hey, if everybody's saying they're saying the same thing, then maybe they're on to something. It wouldn't hurt to get treatment. And I want her to go get treatment. I want her to come back 10 times harder. I want her to, you know, go take some vocal lessons, you know, if she needs to get that voice right. You know, do what you gotta do, girl, because like I said, I love that first album. Like, are you serious? Make her feel good. No Daddy was my jam because I indeed did not have no daddy around when I was growing up. So I can relate, girl. We here. So we see Brooke Valentine. She's walking. She's going to meet up with Bridget Kelly, who she says that she kind of has a love-hate relationship with, but she cute or whatever. They meet up and they're talking, and Brooke, she says that she's been running out of ideas to make Marcus jealous. And I'm like, okay, I thought, are we just not on the same page here? Because I thought you've been moved on to Booby. Like, I thought that was a thing. Like, I don't understand this. I'm still trying to make Marcus jealous. I don't know where me and Marcus stand, really. But okay, girl, whatever. I don't know why you're wasting your breath and your time. Like, he cheated on you. Move on. Keep it moving, or don't keep it moving, you know what I'm saying? But we too grown to be out here playing little games, okay? So Brooke lets Bridget know, yeah, you know, I've been kicking it with Booby, try to make Marcus jealous. We went to this little event or whatever, and, you know, she says, but she's still just keeping him in the little friend zone. They've known each other forever, and unlike Bridget, she knows how to keep her friends in the friend zone. So Bridget apparently has been on and off with this guy named James for like a long time. I want to say like it was like 10 years, they said, but I don't remember. Anyways, apparently they've been on and off, and throughout their relationship, she has cheated on him multiple times. So she is like working overtime to try to prove herself this time that she's in it to win it. She tells Brooke that she's been working with Ray J, and they got this song, you know, the song is pretty good. And she said, you know, the song is called This Movie's So Good. And Brooke's like, the song's called what? And Brooke's like, oh, okay, well, good luck with that one. Good luck explaining that one to your man. And she's like, no, you know, maybe he'll be with it. You know, he'll understand that it's art or whatever. And Brooke's like, oh, yeah, I'm sure he'll totally understand, girl. And Bridget's like, yeah, you know, maybe he'll just be at the video shoot like, yeah, baby, get it, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no, girl, probably not. And then we see her at the video shoot later on. Ray J is helping direct or whatever. He's hyping her up. She's on the bed, got her legs spread, and she's like, meanwhile, while Bridget is over there on the bed shooting dollars out her coochie, her boyfriend is on the side watching this whole circus. And they finally take a break, and Ray J is like, yo, you know, to her boyfriend James, like, so what do you think about it? James is like, honestly, I don't know how it looks on that camera, but from here, that shit looks ridiculous. So Ray tells him, you know what, at the end of the day, it's just all about this. And he starts out taking out money. It's all about this. It's all about that cash. It's all about, you know, it's all about this. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm with you. I feel you, you know, and I'm all about that. Okay, let's get that money. Like, as a matter of fact, can I get 20? James is like, you know what, I feel you. You know, I do feel you. At the end of the day, I'm about that paper too. You know, I feel that. I'm totally with that. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, how would you feel if it was Princess out there shooting money out her coochie? And you know what? I feel that. But I'm going to get back to you on that because Princess is actually ovulating. So, you know, we got to go do the thing. So James is like, what is going on? So Bridget comes over and she's like, so what's going on? What do you think? And he's like, do you know what you are actually getting into here? And she's like, of course I know what I'm getting into. And he's like, homeboy just left your video shoot to go have sex with his wife. And she's like, okay, well, do you have any better ideas? Because you just keep saying what's not working, but you have not tried to say what would work. And he's like, you know what? Let me talk to some people. Let me try to get something together. And yeah, because this is crazy. So then we see Marcus, who feels that he's been making some progress with Brooke. He goes to meet up with his boy A1, who tells him otherwise. A1 tells him that Brooke was at the party, okay? Brooke was at the party with Booba. And I'm like, I could just keep dying because they literally keep calling him everything but Booby. Like, it is hilarious to me. Do y'all remember on the show Girlfriends, Tony Childs would always get Golden Brooks, Maya's son, his name is Jabari. And she would always just name him something else. Every single time, she'd be like Jaboombafoo or Jumanji or something. Like, it was hilarious. That is what they keep doing to this man. But A1 tells them, like, yeah, your girl out here, she's with Booby. They look like they were on some boyfriend-girlfriend type stuff. Like, she probably didn't even got no panties on. And I was like, what are you talking? Okay. Marcus is like, dang, I can't believe she's out here with little boo-boo. But you know what? I'm gonna pop up on them like she's popped up on me so many times. So Marcus goes to the studio where Booby and Brooke are rehearsing for their little showcase they got coming up. He's like, oh, so what's going on here? And Brooke's like, are you serious right now, Mr. Marcus? Mr. out here wanna be a hoe, running around with this paralegal? Like, oh, you wanna do this? Okay. So she's like, we're rehearsing for a showcase. And he's like, that's not what I heard. He's like, A1 told me that you was out there with Booby and y'all was all hugged up or whatever. And she's like, I'm not having sex with Booby. And I'm like, okay, wrong. And he's just a friend. We're rehearsing, you know, what do you want me to do? You've been out here hoeing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired. She said, I'm tired, Marcus, I'm tired. And Brooke even says to Marcus, she's like, he really has nothing to do with any of this, you know, he's just a good friend or whatever. And Marcus even says himself, he's like, yeah, Playboy ain't got nothing to do with this. And Booby's over there like, Playboy got nothing. And I'm like, yeah, you got several, according to these men right here. And then Brooke and Marcus end up saying bye to each other. Marcus gets escorted out by security. And Brooke is just sitting there all crushed or whatever. And Booby is there to console her conveniently and leans over and tells her, you know what, girl, you special. You know, you should be treated better than that. You deserve so much better. Any guy that'll just walk up in your studio session obviously doesn't have respect for you and doesn't have respect for what you do. Of course, this ends with them kissing, which, you know, doesn't really help your case saying that he's just a friend, he's been just a friend. Like, you want us to believe that this just organically happened. No, I mean, it just, even the kiss looked a little awkward to me though. Did it look a little awkward to you guys? So Lyrica and A1 are in the park with their moms. They're, you know, at the same park that I guess A1 gave Lyrica's mom a waist trainer at last season for whatever dumb reason. So they're at the park, they're having like nice little cookout, little picnic or whatever, and Alexis and Zell walk up and they join the party, and then of course they start talking about what happened at Lyrica's listening party between, you know, Lyrica versus Moniece and all that good stuff. Eventually Zell says, you know what, this is stupid because this all has to do with two people. That's Alexis and Masika. So we need y'all to go ahead and end this beef or figure it out or whatever, because now we're all in the midst of it. And I agree 100% because that's really what it boils down to. Everybody just trying to be loyal friends. And when you're trying to be a loyal friend and your friend has beef, then you're supposed to have beef with that person. Or maybe you try not to have beef with that person, but then you're kind of guilty by association, you know. So it's just, those situations are always messy. Zell does mention that his rival, Mr. Ray, is actually going to be having a little event. So he is going to rent out the place next door and have a little event of his own. And sure enough, he does. And the event is loud and poppin'. Moniece and Mr. Ray go to his event, and it's very chill, laid back. I guess they got there a little early. So they decided to go next door and check out what all the commotion was. So they get over there. Lyrica's performing one of her songs, and Zell gets up on stage and he's like, give it up for Lyrica, give it up for Alexis. Oh, there's my girl Moniece. Hey, Moniece. And then he's like, and there's Mr. Marshmallow, talking about Mr. Ray. So Mr. Ray tries to snap and he tries to take off his shoe and throw it at Zell, but security, like, they are not playing with y'all this season, okay? I don't know if Mona hired these security guards from the pen, but these dudes are not here to play. Oh, you think you was gonna fight? No, not on my watch, in my Ayana voice. So eventually they all come to the realization that this is all just pointless drama that has nothing to do with any of them except for Alexis and Masika. Moniece apologizes to Lyrica. Lyrica accepts her apology. Mr. Ray apologizes to Alexis. She accepts his apology. And Zell, he still don't mess with Mr. Ray. So then finally we see Masika. She's at this listening party. She sits down with Mr. Ray and Moniece, and she's like, yeah, that song's gonna be on my EP. You know, she's feeling good. She's having a good time. This is her time to shine. So in walks Lyrica, Zell, and Alexis Sky. Unbeknownst to Masika, she's just sitting there, just stuck like a duck, honey. Mr. Ray and Moniece are like, well, Mr. Ray says to Masika, girl, it's time that you finally handle this situation. She's like, what situation? And he points to behind her, and there is Alexis and Lyrica just standing there, and Zell. So Masika's like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'm tired of making hoes famous. I'm not doing this. I told y'all I wasn't gonna shoot with her. She starts to get up, starts taking off her mic. You know, all the reality TV shenanigans that the stars of these shows do when they act like they're about to leave and quit or whatever. But so she starts doing all that, being extra. And I'm like, you're tired of making hoes. Well, first of all, who did you make famous? Okay, girl, you didn't even make yourself famous. Like, you're known, but you're not famous yet. So let's calm down with that famous word. Let's not just go throwing that around, okay? Like, So Masika tries to lunge at Alexis, and Alexis just wants to talk. Like, Alexis was not on any BS. She didn't come in there aggressive. She didn't call her out her name. Like, Alexis seemed like she really wanted to bury the hatchet with Masika, but Masika, being immature, she lunges at Alexis, tries to fight her. And you know what? I don't even want to say that she's necessarily immature, because this is her first time actually being in the same room and seeing Alexis since all of this drama and beef went down. So I'll give it to her. But at the end, when Alexis and her were outside, and Alexis was on one side of the street and Masika was on the other, and Alexis is trying to talk to her and saying, girl, let's just talk. Like, it doesn't have to be like this. And Masika is just like calling her names and telling her to return back in her rock. Like, I was just like, see, even if you hate the girl and you have no intention of actually being friends with her, you should have you gotta play your cards right, baby. You gotta play the game, baby. You gotta play the game. So she completely played this wrong, and Love and Hip Hop played her, and now she's gonna end up looking like a fool. How much money do you want to bet that she won't show up to the reunion? I bet, guaranteed that she's not gonna go to the reunion. But that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this episode. Make sure that you guys follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Stairway to Devin, that is DEVEN. And make sure that you guys like and follow my Facebook page, Stairway to Devin, as well. I have some great content on there. And I love you for watching. Thanks for being a friend. Bye.